And here is the Vegan's Almanac for today, the 13th of March. National Good Samaritan Day, also known as Good Samaritan Involvement Day, is celebrated on March 13th every year. It's a day to celebrate and encourage kindness and selflessness despite our differences. The term Good Samaritan has its origins in a biblical story, being one of the parables told by Jesus. When asked by a religious leader, "Who is my neighbor?" Jesus responded with this parable, which can be found in Luke chapter 10, verses 30 through 37. A Jewish man was traveling from the city of Jerusalem down to Jericho. On his way, robbers attacked him, stole his clothes, and left him half dead on the side of the road. A priest and a temple assistant came along, saw the injured man, and walked on by without offering help. Then came a Samaritan. Samaritans were a class of people living in the northern part of the kingdom of Israel during biblical times. There was much animosity between the Jews and Samaritans, to the point that the two groups wouldn't so much as speak to each other or pass through each other's towns. In the story, a despised Samaritan came upon the injured man and felt compassion for him. He bound up his wounds, put the man on his donkey, and took him to an inn where he went even further by taking care of him. The next day, the Samaritan paid the inn owner and asked him to take care of the wounded man, promising to cover any extra expenses that might be incurred. Jesus concluded by asking his audience to go and do the same. The celebration of this holiday is linked to the tragic death of Catherine Genovese, who was murdered in New York on March 13, 1964. Had someone intervened during the attack, Catherine might have lived. The bystander effect is a psychological theory which suggests that the more people present during an emergency, the less likely bystanders are to help someone in distress. In the parable, the man who offered help and the wounded man were social and religious enemies based on their differences. This teaches us that we're to set aside our prejudices and have compassion for everyone. The vegan ethic is grounded in the belief that we have to do whatever we can to help those who are suffering, those within and outside our species. Being vegan is truly being a good Samaritan as we look past our differences with non-human animals, see the individual who is suffering, and do what we can to help them. National Good Samaritan Day is a reminder to offer a helping hand to others as often as we can. It was on this day in 2018 that the Vegan Gym podcast, hosted by brothers Leif and Anders Arneson, published their first episode. The Vegan Gym podcast description reads, "We are on a mission to help 1 million vegans get into the best shape of their lives because we believe that the more healthy, fit vegans there are in the world, the faster veganism will spread. Let's work together to inspire change, spread compassion, and challenge the status quo." With 239 episodes and counting, the Vegan Gym podcast is an informative, high-energy show. Some of their most recent episode titles are "Why Cancer is the Best Thing That Has Ever Happened to Me," "Why You Can't Stick to Healthy Habits and It's Not Willpower," "Late to Fitness, How to Transform Your Life at Any Age," "How to Heal Your Relationship with Food," "Tired of Losing Weight Just to Gain It Back? Here's the Fix," and Kendrick Ferris, the vegan Olympian who took on the world. And here's a Hindu story for today. A sage seated beside the Ganges River notices a scorpion who has fallen into the water. He reaches down and rescues it, only to be stung. Sometime later, he looks down and sees a scorpion thrashing about in the water again. Once more, he reaches down to rescue it, and once more, he is stung. A bystander, observing all this, exclaims, "Holy One, why do you keep doing that? Don't you see that the wretched creature will only sting you in return?" "Of course," the sage replied, "it is the dharma of a scorpion to sting, but it is the dharma of a human being to save." A Hindu story. This has been the Vegan's Almanac with a reminder to be a good Samaritan today, as it is the dharma of a human being to save.